Sophia Hutchins, longtime friend and manager to Caitlyn Jenner, has died at the age of 29 following a devastating ATV crash near Jenner's Malibu home. The accident occurred on Tuesday, July 2nd on a private road in the Malibu Hills. According to reports, Hutchins was operating an all-terrain vehicle when the crash happened. Law enforcement sources confirmed that the ATV she was driving collided with a moving car on the private road. That car was carrying 2 passengers. After the initial impact, the ATV veered off the road and tumbled down a ravine. It reportedly fell around 350 feet. Hutchins was pronounced dead at the scene. The 2 passengers in the other vehicle were unharmed. Authorities from the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department and the local fire department responded to the scene. The Los Angeles County medical examiner later confirmed Hutchins' identity and age. No foul play is suspected at this time. The investigation into the crash remains ongoing and no charges or citations have been issued. Caitlyn Jenner was not present at the time of the incident. Sophia Hutchins first gained public attention in 2015, shortly after Caitlyn Jenner publicly came out as transgender. Hutchins, who also identifies as transgender, later moved into Jenner's Malibu home. In 2017, she became Jenner's manager and business associate. While rumors over the years suggested the two were romantically involved, Hutchins clarified in multiple interviews that they were not in a relationship. She described their connection as family and business-oriented. Hutchins served as the CEO of the Caitlyn Jenner Foundation, a nonprofit focused on advancing transgender equality. She also founded Lumisol, a startup in the health tech space aimed at skincare and UV protection. Her background included a degree in economics and finance from Pepperdine University. By her mid-20s, she had emerged as both a media personality and an entrepreneur. She was frequently seen accompanying Caitlyn Jenner at events, political functions, and public appearances. During Jenner's 2021 run for California governor, Hutchins played an active role behind the scenes, helping with media strategy and logistics. She also appeared in several episodes of the reality series I Am Kate, offering insight into Jenner's post-transition life and the challenges of public scrutiny. The circumstances of the crash remain under close examination. According to law enforcement, the ATV was being operated on private land when it struck a vehicle traveling in the opposite direction. The force of the impact caused the ATV to flip and slide down a steep embankment. Emergency responders arrived quickly, but Hutchins was declared deceased before she could be transported. Investigators are now reviewing the scene for additional details, including visibility conditions, road structure, and mechanical inspection of the all-terrain vehicle involved. People magazine was first to confirm the news of her death, citing sources close to the Jenner family. Jenner herself has not issued an official statement as of this writing. Friends and associates of Hutchins, however, have acknowledged the loss privately. Law enforcement has also not released any audio recordings or dash cam footage from the scene as the accident occurred on a non-public roadway. Hutchins had been active on social media in the days leading up to the crash. Her final posts on Instagram and TikTok gave no indication of distress or concern. She had also recently shared updates about upcoming business ventures and brand partnerships, indicating that her professional life remained active. Reports confirm that the vehicle involved in the crash was not a commercial car or heavy vehicle, but a standard SUV-type automobile. It was not speeding at the time of impact, and both passengers reportedly remained on site and cooperated fully with investigators. No arrests were made, and toxicology reports are pending as part of routine procedure. Sophia Hutchins' passing marks a significant loss within both Caitlyn Jenner's personal life and her professional circle. Hutchins was considered not just a manager, but a close and trusted figure in Jenner's orbit. They shared a home, coordinated multiple business efforts, and appeared together frequently across media outlets. Her sudden death also reverberates across the LGBTQ+ and business communities. As a young transgender woman in leadership positions, Hutchins often used her platform to discuss challenges related to entrepreneurship, representation, and gender identity. Her advocacy, while not always front and center, was consistent across interviews and public events. While her political stances sometimes diverged from more mainstream LGBTQ+ narratives, particularly through her vocal loyal support of Caitlyn Jenner's conservative affiliations, Hutchins maintained that her goals were centered around building bridges, not division. In 2024, she participated in public events aligned with the Republican Party, acting as a surrogate speaker during key campaign appearances. Despite criticism, she continued her work and often declined to engage in social media debates or back-and-forth commentary. In business, Hutchins was steadily growing her profile. Lumisol, the company she founded, aimed to revolutionize sunscreen application through tech-enhanced delivery methods. The product was in early testing and branding phases, and Hutchins was involved in both operational and promotional aspects of the company. The Caitlyn Jenner Foundation, where Hutchins served as CEO, had recently completed several initiatives focusing on transgender youth access to healthcare. She was also reported to be in talks with producers for a digital media series focusing on women in entrepreneurship. Her trajectory suggested an active and expanding role across multiple industries. The timing and location of the accident have raised questions about safety measures in the Malibu hills. The terrain is known to be uneven, and private roads in the area often lack protective barriers. The ATV involved in the incident has not been publicly identified by brand or model, and no mechanical defect has been reported so far. The drop of nearly 350 feet into a ravine was steep enough to make rescue access difficult, according to responders on the scene. Hutchins' family has not released a public statement at this time. It is unknown whether a public memorial will be held. As of now, the Los Angeles County Medical Examiner's Office is preparing the full autopsy report, which may take several weeks to finalize. In the meantime, tributes are expected to emerge from the business and entertainment sectors in the coming days. Her sudden death has left colleagues and close collaborators stunned. Although Sophia Hutchins largely stayed out of tabloid headlines in recent years, her influence inside Caitlyn Jenner's world and in the broader space of transgender visibility and tech innovation was growing. At 29, she had already navigated national press coverage, launched 2 organizations, and acted as a behind-the-scenes force in one of the most high-profile celebrity transformations in modern media history. Her role was frequently understated but deeply embedded in the infrastructure surrounding Jenner's public life. Sophia Hutchins was also involved in quiet philanthropic work outside the spotlight. While not always publicized, she reportedly contributed to several Los Angeles-based initiatives supporting LGBTQ+ youth, transitional housing, and healthcare access. She preferred to work through grants and third-party partnerships rather than branded campaigns, aligning with her pattern of staying behind the scenes. In interviews, she often emphasized the importance of financial literacy, business training, and independence for young trans individuals. Her philosophy blended entrepreneurship with advocacy, a rare crossover that made her both a corporate figure and a community leader despite polarizing public views. Hutchins' professional demeanor and business-first strategy were frequently noted by collaborators. She managed Caitlyn Jenner's bookings, press strategy, and foundation operations. Industry contacts have described her as highly organized, direct, and protective of the Jenner brand. She wasn't just a figurehead, she was instrumental in managing daily operations, and many credit her with stabilizing Jenner's public presence post-transition. Those familiar with the dynamics of Jenner's inner circle say that Hutchins operated with the discretion of a true executive. She rarely gave personal interviews, even when media outlets tried to pull her into public narratives. Despite living in the same house as Caitlyn Jenner and appearing in Jenner's reality content, Hutchins stayed professional and tight-lipped. Her message remained clear: she was there to work, not to feed headlines. The sudden and violent nature of her death has amplified the emotional weight of the loss. It wasn't illness nor a prolonged decline. It was an unexpected and brutal accident. The crash has become one of the most talked about private road tragedies in recent celebrity history, drawing attention not just because of who she was, but how it happened. ATV safety concerns in Malibu have existed for years. The hillsides are steep, unguarded, and mostly unregulated for private recreational vehicles. Residents have voiced concerns over these terrains, especially in unlit or winding sections. Hutchins' crash may now reopen those discussions at the local level. The final autopsy report is still pending, but early statements confirm no suspicion of impairment or tampering tampering, investigators found no evidence suggesting sabotage or foul play. It appears to have been a collision followed by a fatal fall, nothing more, but nothing less. As the news settles, attention now turns to how Caitlyn Jenner and her circle will publicly address the loss. It's unclear whether Jenner will release a formal tribute or hold a private memorial. In the past, Jenner has shown a deep emotional bond with Hutchins, referring to her as family and someone I trust with everything. That trust was visible in every appearance, business deal, and moment where Hutchins stood quietly behind Jenner, on red carpets, in interviews, and at political events. She wasn't always in the frame, but she was always part of the structure holding everything in place. With her sudden passing, that structure is shaken. The Malibu residence they shared remains closed to the press, and sources indicate Jenner has canceled all upcoming media activity. For now, silence speaks louder than any statement as tributes begin to surface from within business and LGBTQ+ leadership circles. Sophia Hutchins' legacy becomes clearer, not defined by controversy or spectacle, but by control, determination, and unshakable focus. She made her mark not by shouting, but by building. She may not have sought headlines, but in her death, one has taken center stage. Comment your thoughts on this heartbreaking story. Like the video. Subscribe for more accurate, real celebrity reporting.